Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will delve into the thrilling developments awaiting us in Port Charles on Wednesday, August 6th, where secrets unravel, suspicions mount, and unexpected alliances begin to form. Kicking things off, Michael Corinthos finds himself grappling with a whirlwind of doubts surrounding the mysterious baby stalker situation that's been plaguing his family. In a heartfelt conversation with his brother Dante Falconeri, Michael opens up about his growing conviction that the threats against Daisy Gilmore aren't random at all. He theorizes that this could be tied to their father's turbulent world, perhaps a calculated move by an enemy looking to exploit vulnerabilities. Drawing from recent events, Michael might even speculate on hidden motives, like a rival business ploy or a personal vendetta stemming from old Corinthos family feuds. As he pieces together clues from anonymous messages and suspicious timings, Michael's instincts lead him to suspect Jen Sidwell as the potential mastermind, believing Sidwell's shady dealings could extend to targeting innocents for leverage. This revelation adds a layer of tension, as Dante listens intently, offering his detective's perspective on whether these hunches hold water. Viewers will be on the edge of their seats wondering if Michael's suspicions are spot on or if they're steering him toward a dangerous misdirection. Especially since the show hints at delaying the bombshell truth about Willow's involvement in the stalking drama. To enrich this plotline, imagine Michael recalling a cryptic encounter at the Quartermain mansion where he overheard whispers about Sidwell's expanding influence in Port Charles, fueling his paranoia and setting the stage for more explosive confrontations ahead. Shifting focus to Willow Tate, she's navigating her own emotional storm as she seeks solace in an old friend, Harrison Chase. In a moment of vulnerability at the local coffee shop, Willow confides in Chase about the overwhelming guilt she's carrying and her desperate need to repair the fractures in her life caused by recent deceptions. She might elaborate on how her actions, driven by a mix of fear and misguided protection, have ripple effects on her relationships, particularly with Michael and their children. Chase, ever the supportive figure, provides a listening ear, sharing anecdotes from his own past struggles with family secrets to help her feel less isolated. This reconnection not only strengthens their bond but also primes Chase for a protective role later in the week, where he could step in to defend Willow during a heated exchange with Michael. Adding depth to this scene, picture Willow reflecting on her nursing career and how it's taught her about healing wounds, both physical and emotional, prompting her to brainstorm creative ways to make amends, like organizing a family gathering or seeking professional counseling. The spoilers suggest this interaction is a pivotal step toward redemption, highlighting themes of forgiveness and growth that resonate throughout General Hospital's storytelling. Meanwhile, Lucas Jones steps into the fray with a candid heart-to-heart with Carly Spencer, urging her to confront some hard truths. At a quiet corner of the Metro Court, Lucas points out that it's far simpler for Carly to direct her anger toward him rather than acknowledge her own misjudgments, especially regarding Sonny Corinthos, whose volatile behavior has been the epicenter of their ongoing disputes. Lucas might expand on this by recounting specific instances where Carly's loyalty blinded her to Sonny's flaws, such as his impulsive decisions that endangered the family. This discussion could evolve into a therapeutic exchange, with Lucas drawing from his medical expertise to analogize emotional denial to untreated ailments that only worsen over time. Carly, known for her fiery spirit, might initially resist but gradually soften as Lucas shares personal stories of his own regrets, perhaps from his complicated history with adoption and family ties. The spoilers indicate this is about pushing Carly towards self-reflection, and to invent a fresh twist, envision Lucas suggesting they collaborate on a community event to honor lost loved ones, symbolizing a path to reconciliation and underscoring the show's emphasis on familial bonds amidst chaos. On a more ominous note, Jen Sidwell makes his presence felt with a stern warning during a high-stakes meeting with Tracy Quartermain at the elegant Metro Court. As they negotiate over business matters, Sidwell lays down the law, declaring that if Tracy refuses to align with his vision, she'd be left with nothing, no company to safeguard and no empire to command. This threat is laced with undertones of corporate sabotage, perhaps hinting at Sidwell's network of informants ready to dismantle Quartermain enterprises from within. Tracy, with her unyielding poise and sharp wit, isn't one to cower. She might counter with a clever retort, referencing her storied past of outmaneuvering foes like the Cassadines. To add inventive flair, imagine Sidwell revealing a dossier of Tracy's vulnerabilities, including leverage over key family members, which forces her to weigh the risks of defiance. Despite the intimidation, Tracy's resilience shines through, promising viewers a battle of wills that could lead to surprising alliances or betrayals. The spoilers paint Sidwell as a formidable antagonist, but Tracy's fearlessness ensures this encounter is just the beginning of a larger power struggle in Port Charles. Turning to Jason Morgan, he delivers jaw-dropping news to Sonny Corinthos about his belief that Britt Westburn is still alive, challenging everything they thought they knew about past tragedies. In a tense update at Sonny's penthouse, Jason shares evidence he's uncovered, perhaps blurry surveillance footage or anonymous tips from underground contact suggesting Britt faked her death to escape dangers tied to her Obrecht family legacy. Sonny's reaction is bound to be explosive, mixing shock with skepticism as he processes the implications for old wounds and current threats. This revelation could tie into broader mysteries like hidden alliances in the mob world. Following this, Sonny crosses paths with District Attorney Justine Turner, who's geared up for confrontation. Vowing to anticipate every maneuver Sonny might pull, whether in the upcoming softball tournament or in her legal crusade against him. Their exchange starts adversarial but softens into something more genuine, perhaps over shared laughs about the absurdity of their rivalry amid Port Charles quirks. Building on this, spoilers tease a budding connection where Justine opens up about her own losses, mirroring Sonny's experiences and fostering empathy. To expand creatively, picture them bonding over an impromptu coffee, discussing the burdens of leadership, which humanizes both characters and sets up potential romantic tension or uneasy truces. Finally, we can't overlook the fallout from Anna Devane's recent kidnapping, orchestrated by Jack Brennan to silence her knowledge of Josslyn Jack's covert involvement with the WSB. Held in a secluded warehouse on the outskirts of town, Anna faces her captor in a charged confrontation where Brennan demands assurances that she keep the explosive secret from Carly Spencer, who remains oblivious to her daughter's risky espionage gig. Brennan might justify his actions by emphasizing the greater good, claiming it's to protect Josslyn from international threats that could spill into Port Charles. Anna, with her spy-honed skills, argues fiercely, perhaps attempting a clever escape ploy involving improvised tools from her surroundings. Ultimately, the spoilers reveal Brennan will release her once convinced of her discretion, but not without lingering tension that promises future clashes. Adding new elements, envision Anna extracting a concession from Brennan, like insider info on Sidwell's operations, turning the tables and enriching the intrigue. Next, we will explore the electrifying twists unfolding in Dubrovnik, where Josslyn Jack's high-stakes WSB assignment collides with a shocking resurrection from the past, promising revelations that could shake Port Charles to its core. Diving right into the heart of the drama, Josslyn Jack embarks on a perilous undercover operation in the picturesque city of Dubrovnik, Croatia, teamed up with the seasoned Agent Vaughn, disguised as a blissful newlywed couple on a romantic getaway. Their true objective is to infiltrate and gather intelligence on Professor Henry Hank Dalton's groundbreaking yet hazardous technological endeavor, which rumor has it involves advanced AI systems capable of disrupting global communications. Joss, stepping into this espionage world with a mix of determination and naivety, remains blissfully unaware that her path is about to cross with someone long presumed Britt Westburn, who orchestrated her own demise back in 2023 to vanish from the relentless dangers of Port Charles life. This unexpected convergence at a luxurious seaside hotel, with its opulent balconies overlooking the Adriatic Sea, sets the stage for a tense standoff. Joss must maintain her cover to avoid blowing her secret WSB affiliation, especially from her protective mother Carly Spencer, while Britt fights to preserve her hard-won anonymity. To heighten the intrigue, imagine Joss spotting subtle clues in the hotel lobby like a familiar necklace Britt once wore, triggering a flood of memories from their shared history, forcing Joss to question everything she believed about loss and survival in their tumultuous world. The fanbase is buzzing with anticipation over this impending face-off, as Joss navigates the tightrope of her covert role, blending flirtatious honeymoon antics with sly reconnaissance missions around Dalton's secretive lab hidden in the city's ancient fortifications. Britt, having evaded detection for years by assuming a new identity as a reclusive artist in Europe, had no inkling that Jason Morgan caught a fleeting glimpse of her at a bustling Paris airport mere weeks ago, a sighting that has him piecing together clues back home. Their hotel encounter threatens to dismantle both women's carefully constructed facades. Joss risks exposing her double life as a WSB operative, which could endanger her family and draw unwanted attention from Port Charles' criminal underbelly, while Britt dreads the spotlight that would force her back into the chaos she fled. Will Joss prioritize her mission's secrecy by bargaining with Britt, perhaps offering forged documents to aid her continued hiding in exchange for silence? Or could this meeting ignite a chain reaction of chaos, with leaked information rippling across the ocean to alert enemies like Dalton's shadowy backers? Adding a fresh layer, envision Joss using her quick wits to stage a fake argument with Vaughn in the hotel bar, creating a diversion that accidentally draws Britt into the fray, blending their worlds in ways neither anticipated and amplifying the stakes for everyone involved. Reflecting on Britt's heroic legacy, the encounter in Croatia might freeze Joss in her tracks as she comes face-to-face with the woman who valiantly shielded her from Heather Weber's deadly poison hook attack. An act of bravery that seemingly cost Britt her life. Now confronted with undeniable proof of Britt's survival, perhaps in the form of her signature wry smile or a scar from that fateful night, Joss grapples with a whirlwind of emotions, from disbelief to gratitude. Britt, in turn, recognizes Joss immediately and is haunted by echoes of that past sacrifice, weighing whether to intervene once more in the young woman's perilous path. This moral crossroads could see Britt contemplating a risky outreach to Jason, using encrypted channels to tip him off about Joss's involvement in the WSB's probe against Dalton, whose tech project might involve weaponized drones disguised as everyday gadgets. Yet, such a move would shatter Britt's veil of secrecy, exposing her to old foes like the vengeful remnants of the Jerome crime family. To invent an exciting twist, picture Britt slipping Joss a hidden note during a chance elevator meeting containing cryptic warnings about Dalton's personal guards who patrol the hotel, blending her medical knowledge with survival instincts to guide Joss without fully committing to exposure. At the crux of this storyline lies a shared peril that binds Joss and Britt in an uneasy alliance, forcing each to decide if self-preservation outweighs loyalty. Britt's internal struggle mirrors her previous altruism. Will she once again forsake her safety to safeguard Joss? Perhaps by anonymously alerting Jason to the WSB dangers encroaching on his loved ones, or will she opt for silence to nurture her fragile new existence? Fans are torn, hoping for Britt's protective instincts to prevail, even as they brace for the devastating consequences, such as a potential reunion with Jason that could rekindle old flames amid the rubble of revealed truths. This decision isn't just about immediate survival. It echoes deeper themes of redemption, as Britt ponders how her death allowed her to reinvent herself away from the toxic influences of her mother Liesl Obrich's criminal entanglements. Expanding creatively, imagine Britt hacking into the hotel's security feeds to monitor Joss's movements, uncovering evidence of Dalton's ties to international smugglers, which she could use as leverage to negotiate her own escape while subtly aiding Joss's mission. Moreover, the ripple effects of this Dubrovnik drama extend far beyond the Croatian coast, with Anna Devane keeping a vigilant eye on Joss's every step from afar. Her own WSB connections adding layers of oversight that could complicate any impulsive actions by Britt. If Britt chooses to blow her cover, it might not only save Joss from Dalton's escalating threats as rigged hotel rooms with surveillance bugs, but also pave the way for emotional reunions that viewers have longed for. Chief among them is the heart-wrenching prospect of Liesl Obrich discovering her daughter is alive, a moment ripe with tears, accusations, and perhaps forgiveness, set against the backdrop of Port Charles' ever-evolving alliances. To add inventive depth, consider Britt confiding in a local ally, a former patient she treated incognito, who provides her with forged passports and insider info on WSB protocols, empowering her to make a calculated risk that protects Joss without fully sacrificing her freedom. We will uncover the shadowy forces potentially manipulating Britt Westburn's every move in this riveting storyline, sparking a frenzy of fan speculations about the true puppet master lurking behind the scenes. Kicking off with the core mystery that's captivating viewers, fresh spoilers from General Hospital hint at an unseen overlord dictating Britt Westburn's decisions, confining her to a web of secrecy and control that extends far beyond her hideout in Dubrovnik. Enthusiastic fans have flooded online forums with imaginative theories, pointing fingers at notorious villains from the show's storied past, such as her infamous father Caesar Faison or the cunning Victor Cassadine. Given Britt's miraculous return from what was believed to be a permanent grave, it's not a stretch to imagine these supposedly deceased figures could stage their own comebacks, weaving themselves back into Port Charles' intricate tapestry of deceit. To infuse some inventive flair, picture Faison emerging from the shadows with a twisted genetic experiment in mind, using Britt as a pawn to resurrect his legacy of chaos. Perhaps through clandestine labs hidden in European enclaves that mirror his old obsessions with mind control and family domination. Delving deeper into one of the most compelling suspects, Victor Cassadine emerges as a prime candidate for the enigmatic force orchestrating events from afar, poised for a dramatic re-entry that could upend everything. Britt's current predicament in the sun-drenched streets of Dubrovnik came to a head in that unforgettable Friday cliffhanger on August 1st. Where an enigmatic figure named Pascal barred her from exiting her lavish hotel suite, his demeanor suggesting he's merely an underling enforcing orders from a higher authority. If Pascal is indeed just a cog in a larger machine, the real architect must be someone with deep-rooted ties and formidable resources, and Victor fits this profile seamlessly. His historical bond with Britt stems from his unwavering loyalty to her mother, Liesl Obrecht, whom he once protected with fierce devotion during turbulent times involving international intrigue. Furthermore, Victor played a pivotal role in Britt's harrowing diagnosis of Huntington's disease, providing medical insights and support that now raise questions about ulterior motives. Inventing a new twist to enrich this narrative, envision Victor having secretly funded underground research facilities in Croatia, where he could have engineered Britt's survival as part of a broader scheme to harness her expertise for his own resurrection or to counter emerging threats like rival crime syndicates eyeing Port Charles territory. Exploring the possibility of deception at the heart of Britt's demise, it's intriguing to consider if Victor orchestrated an elaborate ruse to mislead everyone about her fate. In a poignant scene that lingers in fans' memories, Britt appeared to succumb in Obrecht's embrace, felled by the toxic flash of a deranged assailant's hook. But soaps have a long tradition of such deaths being clever illusions crafted with potent sedatives that simulate lifelessness down to the last breath. This tactic might have been employed deliberately to spirit Britt away under the guise of tragedy, transforming her into an unwitting subject for groundbreaking experimental therapies and at curing her ailment or enhancing human capabilities. Adding creative depth, imagine Victor collaborating with rogue scientists to administer a rare neurotoxin reversal agent post-death, whisking her to a private clinic disguised as a vineyard estate, where she awakens disoriented and indebted. Her loyalty coursed through promises of a disease-free future intertwined with veiled threats against her loved ones back home. Questioning Britt's awareness in this tangled plot adds another layer of suspense, as we ponder whether she fully comprehends the forces ensnaring her or if she's been kept in the dark about the grander design. This uncertainty ties directly into her unexpected link with the enigmatic Professor Dalton, whose shadowy pursuits in a high-tech university laboratory have drawn the scrutiny of global intelligence agencies, including the WSB. Due to their potential for widespread disruption, think revolutionary biotech weapons disguised as medical breakthroughs. Victor's own history as a former WSB director positions him perfectly to manipulate these elements, perhaps using Dalton as a front to advance his agendas while holding Britt as a key asset in the operation. To expand with an original element, suppose Britt stumbles upon encrypted files in her hotel room revealing Dalton's experiments involved neural implants that could control behavior, mirroring Victor's past fascinations with domination and forcing her to feign compliance while secretly plotting an escape that alerts allies like Jason Morgan to the impending danger. As the storyline hurtles forward with numerous unresolved threads, the anticipation builds for revelations that will tie up these mysteries, especially with Jason Morgan hot on the trail. His investigative prowess uncovering clues that point toward a larger conspiracy. From cryptic messages intercepted in Paris to whispers of underground networks spanning continents, Jason's pursuit promises to deliver the answers fans crave, potentially exposing the mastermind and freeing Britt from her invisible chains. The spoilers suggest this unraveling won't drag on indefinitely, setting the stage for explosive confrontations that could reshape alliances in Port Charles and beyond. Creatively enhancing this arc, envision Jason enlisting unlikely help from old contacts in the WSB, like a retired operative who provides him with satellite imagery of Dubrovnik hideouts, accelerating his race against time to intervene before Victor, whoever the culprit is, executes the next phase of their plan. Wrapping up these tantalizing spoilers, it's clear the Britt Western saga is brimming with potential twists that keep us guessing about the true string puller in this web involving Dalton and the WSB. Now over to you, devoted DH enthusiast. Do you believe Victor Cassadine is the one calling the shots, or does another name come to mind? Drop your theories in the comments below, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe for all the latest updates on General Hospital's unfolding dramas.